Hey, John. Thanks for taking our questions. Going back to Russia, Ukraine, according to Wendy Sherman, Russia has claimed that it has no intentions to attack Ukraine again. So, how confident is the U.S. military in such a statement by Russia? And has the Pentagon seen any decrease in Russian military's presence around Ukraine?
See no major changes to the force posture by the Russians in the border areas around Ukraine. There continues to be a sizable element there, so nothing specific to speak to, at least in a macro sense. And I would just refer you back to what Deputy Secretary Sherman said when asked about those comments. I mean, she was very clear that if the Russians are serious about de-escalating, they can start by starting to remove some of those troops, from decreasing some of that force posture.
You said no major reductions. There have been some reports that some of the Russian troops around Ukraine have gone up to Kazakhstan. Have you seen any indication?
I don't know that that's true. I've seen those reports too. What I can tell you is, and again, we've been very careful not to get into a day-by-day sort of blow-by-blow analysis of what they have around the eastern part of Ukraine. What I can tell you with confidence is we have not seen any decreases. They continue to have a sizable force posture right to the east, to the north, and even to the south. And we've seen no major changes to that. So I wasn't trying to get hung up on the word significant. I guess I was trying to nod to the fact that we aren't going to get into a detailed assessment one way or another. But the situation remains that they have a sizable force posture there. Yeah.
Thank you, John.
Fadi.
So. I was home all last week, isolating.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I was isolating with COVID after a positive test, like a lot of people watching, and a lot of time in front of the TV. I heard the president say...
Did you watch Fox the whole time, or other things?
I have exhausted the full catalog of Guy Fieri content.
Oh, okay.
And obviously a lot of Fox. But I heard the president say, Google COVID test near me. So, somebody isolating with COVID, I did that, and the appointments everywhere were completely jammed. So, why is it that you guys were so unprepared for the need for testing after the holidays?
Well, Peter, I'm happy to see you back and well. I would second say that there has been a massive surge in cases, as you know, and we're a part of, in D.C. and New York. And there's been an unprecedented, and other parts of the country as well, there's been an unprecedented demand for tests. So what we have done over the course of the last few weeks, even before that, is the president quadrupled our testing capacity since the summer. We opened 20,000 sites across the country, and we have also opened additional federal sites, including one in D.C. only recently. He's also provided, we've also in the process of sending 50 million tests out to community health centers and rural health centers, and now we're in the process of finalizing contracts for 500 million tests. But, what can I make one more point, and then you can go next? I would just note where we have come from. If you look to a year ago, there were no tests, or maybe one, depending on the timeline, that was available on the market. Now we have 9. If you look to about a year ago, there was about 900,000 or maybe slightly higher tests that were being issued every day. Now we're about 10 or 11 million. 300 million tests are done in this country every month. So there's enormous progress being made, but we needed to make sure the market was growing. That's what we've been working on, and increase our access to supply, and that's what we've been doing.
The tests you're talking about, though, require people to go somewhere and either make an appointment or wait in line. The CDC's guidance is if you think you have COVID, you're supposed to stay home. You guys said you were going to mail free tests to people that need them. The president's there on television talking about a winter of severe illness and death. While he's saying that publicly, why weren't you guys doing more to prepare for the winter?
Well, Peter, everyone decides where they're going to go get a test, and we make a range of options available. You can also purchase tests online. Later today, we'll have more details on how 150 million Americans who have health insurance can get reimbursed for tests. So we'll have more details on that later. The 500 million tests I noted, and I give you a little bit of an update on the timeline. We'll have more on the website later this week. So our steps and our process from the beginning has been expanding access to free tests to make it easy and more accessible for Americans, and we're continuing to build on what we've done to date.
But the president talked about a winter of severe illness and death. At the rate you guys are going, these tests are not going to be available until spring. So will you admit that these free tests you guys promised are not going to be ready until after the Omicron surge?
I think I gave an update earlier that we'll start to have tests out the door in the coming weeks, very soon.
Okay.
And again, that's not the only place people can get tests. There are a range of ways people can get tests online. Again, you'll know more about how you can be reimbursed for those tests from here. Go to different sites. There are federal sites opening up all around the country.
And we understand that you guys plan to rely on the Postal Service to send out these free tests whenever they're ready. But the Postal Service says they're going to have a staffing shortage because of your vaccine mandate. So would you pull back on the vaccine mandate if it meant getting people these free tests sooner?
The Postal Service also delivered 99% of packages on time in advance of Christmas. And their leaders have also said they're eager to take on this challenge. So we welcome that, and we're looking forward to working with them to get these tests out to the public.
And
One item for all of you at the top, and I just have a hard out at 5 of, but I think we can get around to everybody in the room. Today, the president spoke with New York City Mayor Eric Adams to express his heartfelt condolences and offer his support following yesterday's devastating fire at a Bronx apartment building, which took the lives of at least 19 people. In the wake of this terrible tragedy, the president wanted to reach out to offer comfort and also offer support in case there's anything the mayor needs. Our hearts go out to everyone who was impacted, and we're very appreciative of the heroic work of the first responders who were on the scene so quickly. I know some of you have asked about assistance. I'm not aware of any requests for federal assistance, but of course we will let you know if there's anything to share, and we will remain in close contact with leaders there as well. With that, Zeke, why don't you kick us off?